Max TV. Sports, entertainment, and more.
Welcome to the Medina Astroturf, where the Women's FA Cup 2022-2023 seasons is about to begin. It's the semi-finals, and it's a double header here at the Medina Astroturf. More excitement, and then we will rather unveil the finalists of the Women's FA Cup by the end of today. We will be facing the unusual suspects of the Women's FA Cup. Finally, when it gets to the semi-finals, we'll be seeing the big dons in this one. But this time around, there is also one big don in it, in which is Police Ladies that will be seeing. Police Ladies were able to knock out the defending champions and the various champion, which is Hazakis. They are in, and finally, they will be meeting Supreme Ladies from the Northern Zone. And then Army Ladies, who went to the semis last season, were knocked out by Ampem Dakwan. They will be taking on First Division side Epiphany Warriors. It's history, as we saw Epiphany, for the first time, a Division 1 team making it to the semi. It's a big deal for them, and they are going all the way out. They are meeting Army Ladies this afternoon. My name is Nafisa Fatah. It's going to be exciting, fun. Everyone has to troop in here, or you have to sit and then just relax and watch it on Max TV. We are live, and then at the Park Channel 247 as well. So you have to, the atmosphere is charging gradually, but we need more of you to be at the venue so that we can cheer these ladies to the FA Cup finals victory. My name is Nafisa Fatah, and I'm doing this with the beautiful evergreen Esther Abankwa.
Nafisa, it's good to be here once again at the Medina Astroturf. Quite a splendid atmosphere altogether as we witness a double header involving 4 different teams, where history, just like Nafisa rightly mentioned, has been made here, and that has to do with the fact that for the first time since the competition was introduced in 2016, we have a First Division team making it to the Final 4, and that is a huge game altogether to witness here right on Max TV, kind courtesy of IMAX Media.
So Epiphany that we are talking about were the GAFA champions last season. They were nearly into the Premier side, but they were knocked off in the Middle League, in which Jonina rather made the headway. But it was the same Jonina that they revenged, and they made it to the semi-finals. We'll be seeing them against Army Ladies, who were also a semi-finalist last season, that were knocked out by Ampem Dakwan. This time around, it's going to be a tough 2 semi-finalists. First time for Epiphany, and then Army Ladies will also be making sure they get to the finals, because last year they nearly get into the finals. But this time around, they will be hoping to make it. Don't forget that Epiphany is the underdog coming into this game, Esther. It's kind of a mixed feelings as you are seeing Epiphany and then Army Ladies.
It's a game to watch out for. You know, if you look at how Epiphany have really fared, they happen to be one of the teams that have had a very impressive start so far as the 2023-2024 Women's FA Cup is concerned. It's a knockout competition, and we are talking about a team that plied its trade in the lower tier, competing with other teams that ply their trade in the top tier of the Women's Premier League. And that has to do with the success story of Epiphany, the lower division team. And that is where they have made it a point to eliminate 2 top tier teams in the competition so far. Sea Lions as well as Jonina FC. And these are the 2 casualties that a team like Epiphany Warriors have ensured that they ended up making them, getting the better side of them when they met in different occasions. And that was basically in the last round of 32, and then as well as in the quarterfinal stage of the competition as well. So if you look at how good Epiphany have fared so far, having one of the best successful campaigns, making history, becoming the only team that from the lower tier to have made it to the last 4 of the competition. They are not here as part of the Final 4 by fluke. This is a team that have indeed earned their place. A free scoring side that in their division have scored a total of 107 goals. That is quite massive. And they are going to play against a team that is, ladies that are struggling this season. Ladies, a team that have not been able to fare better so far as after match day 15 of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League is concerned. They have only managed to occupy the 5th position with 19 points out of the 15 games that we have played so far in the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. So if you look at how these two teams are faring, clearly you would say that you can't say it's a match of equals because the divisions concerned are quite different. But on the field, I can't boldly say that this is a match of equals because we are talking about a team like Epiphany that have vast experienced number of players in their setup. In a conversation with their team manager, he made mention of the fact that they have over 13 former Premier League players in their team. And that tells you how good that they are and how, when it comes to they having a feel of the Women's Premier League, they've indeed gotten that experience and they fear no foe heading into this game because they are going to be their former colleagues in the, in the top tier of the Women's Premier League. So it's going to be virtually the same thing on the field of play, and they are going to ensure that they come all out. And where there is going to be a bit of a challenge has to do with the fact that maybe, just maybe, Epiphany might end up causing an upset.
So Epiphany is coming in as the underdog, but they've got as many as 7 players in their starting 11 that are from the Premier top tier that they have one way or the other find themselves into the Epiphany team, and then they are doing quite well. This is how it began. The first match, they had a walkover, and then they beat Blessed Ladies by 2-0, and then Sea Lions by 2-1, and then Jonina by 2-1. And 120 minutes after the extra time, no penalties were played there. But when you go to Army Ladies, this is where they also started their journey. They started with GRA, in which they played 1-1 there. Later on, they settled from penalty 3-1 that they won from there. And they beat Keswa Ladies by 7-0. And then Value Girls, they played 0-0. Penalties, again, has to separate their side, winning 7-6 from there. And then their last match was against Prisons Ladies, another champion of the FA Cup. They went all the way to the Sunyani Coronation Park, and then they made their way with a 3-2 scoreline coming here into the semi. So this is how, or the road that made them get into the semi-finals. Esther, as we are looking at this, interesting fixtures. Looking at it, it's only Police Ladies who have managed the inaugural part of it were the winners of the FA Cup. None of these 3 teams are winners, apart from Police Ladies, Prisons, Hazakers, and Ampem Dakwan. They have had hand on the cup.
As I rightly mentioned earlier, we are talking about 4 teams that out of the 4 is just one that have had a feel of what exactly the knockout competition is so far as since it was introduced in 2016. And if you look at the record that Police Ladies set, winning it in 2016, making it back to the grand finale, in 2017, losing narrowly in the hands of Prisons Ladies. And then just last year, they met again with Ampem Dakwan Ladies at the Dr. Chase Sports Complex, and they ended up, losing by 3-1 during the extra time. So this is a team that virtually has all the feel when it comes to a knockout competition. They are so good, and if you look at their journey so far, they've managed to knock out 2 former champions of the competition, and that has to do with Ampem Dakwan Ladies and then Hazakes Ladies. So Police, on the other hand, are so much amassed when it comes to experience, under their sleeves, having been able to make it to over 3 grand finales at the moment, and then knocking out the 2 former champions that we have. So clearly, if you look at the 4 teams in all, the only team that you would say that has a lot of competition, has a lot of experience when it comes to such knockout competition is Police Ladies. But trust me, 90 minutes is always full of uncertainty, and your experience might not come to bear if you do not end up rising or perhaps, being the best on the field of play at the end of 90 minutes. So it's a stage in the Women's FA Cup that I believe strongly that all the teams that made it here have been here on merit. They are ready to cause any upset whenever the opportunity comes their way.
So let's look at the final. Your final prediction in this phase are between Epiphany and Army Ladies.
A tough one.
Tough one.
A goalless first half.
A goalless first half of what Esther is saying that we'll be witnessing here at the Medina Ashtotev, where Army Ladies will be taking on Epiphany, the underdogs. But let me tell you, as I said, they are the underdogs, but they have 7 of the players in the starting 11 from top side here coming into. So it's going to be another blockbuster here at the Medina Ashtotev. No doubts about that. Army Ladies getting into the semis last season. This time around, they are still in the semis again. So we'll see how they'll be managing to make sure they get into the final, if only they can do 90 minutes of this time. We'll be going straight to the locker room to see how these two teams will be coming up onto. So this is the locker room for Army Ladies. You can see the jersey. Army Ladies, since their inception into the top tier, has been good for them and always in the top 4. They always find a way to make sure they are always in the top 4 to get that going. And don't forget that they are of a good side, but this time around they are still in the top 5 and in the Women's Premier League in the Southern Zone, and they are making headway. So that is the locker room for Army Ladies for you, and later we'll be seeing their opponents' locker room as well. So I have been joined here by Anas Seydutanda to help us with the rest of the analysis. This is the Army Ladies also arriving at the Ashtotev. You can see them all in white T-shirts with their crest, the Army crest on their badge. What can you say about Army Ladies?
Well, I could say they have arrived good. They have got issues some few matches that they've played. I think the previous match they played, they had some little issues, but I've learned they've gone to do their corrections well, and they are now back. But let's look at how they arrived. Very marvelous. Women's football has grown and has matured to an extent that we are seeing different things being implemented day in, day out. So I think we are good to go this time. They are good to go.
They beat Prisons Ladies 3-2 to make sure they get to the semi-finals. That's Army Ladies for you. These are the underdogs, Grace Champon. The goalkeeper of Epiphany Warriors. On your screen now, you can see this team are not really known to public because they are not in the League Cup. People see them in the Division 1. But let me tell you, Division 1 Zone A, that is where you find Epiphany Warriors. They are topping their group now with 46 points and 107 goals to their credit. You can just say that they are still getting way and making sure this time around, maybe next season, we might find them in the Women's Premier League. Let's see what they bring on sleeves. So this is the locker room for Epiphany in their baby pink jersey as they will be coming out to the turf to show what they have got. They beat Jonina Ladies by 2-1 as they make their headway into the semi-finals. It was a tough call. They had to settle it in the extra minutes, 120 minutes, for them to be able to have that slot to the semis of the Women's FA Cup. That is Epiphany Warriors for you. So when you are talking about the Warriors, yes, they are also meeting the Army, who say they fear no foe. So what are we going to witness here this afternoon?
Yeah, Nafisa, this is so simple. We are seeing a very good Epiphany side who we thought, yeah, they are underdogs, but in terms of the game,
that is their rival.
Yeah, they are never underdogs, because when they have very well experienced players in their setup. I think they have about maybe 12 or 13 very experienced Premier League players in their midst. They prepared well and they've gotten to this stage. So I think going forward, they are doing so well. But tactically, they also have very good technical handlers when it comes to the game. So I think don't just say we should not say they are underdogs, because one, when you look at the league which was played previously, when the Gaffer used to play their league very late, so they don't have much fitness into the game. But now, looking at the calendar, they have bring it to the extent that we all play the same league. So match fitness with the regional side is the same. So now the advantage these people have is that they have equally very good, talented Premier League players who knows into the game. So they gave every Premier team club a very tactical play. Their opponent was good. They play very good football. So I think they are also a better side. So looking into this game, they didn't come here just by chance. They came here, they really worked for it, and they've gotten to this stage.
So Obianyobia FA Cup, as we always call it, Epiphany has made their way, and they have made history when they came into the semi-finals. They are the only first division side who have made it to the semis since 2016 that the Women's FA Cup was introduced. No doubt about that. They beat Sea Lions and Jonina to make headways, and then Blessed Ladies, they had a walkover in their first match. So good for them. They are making headways, and they clearly show that they are up if they have the chance to come to the Women's Elite Club, as we call it, the Women's Premier League, as they are always urging on. But don't forget, they are the Greater Accra Regional Champions, Greater Accra. They beat Epiphany. We have Zone A and Zone B. And then when they met with Jonina, I remember at the Accra Sports Stadium, they beat Jonina by 1-0. That was when they went to the Middle League, and unfortunately, they couldn't make it to the Women's Premier League, and Jonina had to come back to do that one. So definitely, as a Obianyobia game, and Epiphany are poised to make sure they are in this game. Let's look at the lineup of these two sides as they come into the. Looking at, I won't talk about the League Cups, but their last match, Prisons against Army at the Sunyani Coronation Park, Army managed a 3-2 win there.
Yeah. The game that Army won at the Prisons Park was well calculated. They went in with all what they think they can go in with their missiles, but when they got there, but as we speak now, they've lost their inspirational captain in the
Presence.
I learned she had a red card. It's a straight red card, so it has also affected her to play this game. So it affected her. She also had 2 yellow cards in the league, and then another red card in the FA Cup. So you realize that they are missing a very big player in the likes of the Army team. But then looking at the game, how they won the game at Coronation Park. Tactically, the coaches told me personally that they went in very hard. Tactically, they were down. Later they came in and then they won because they had to strategize and win the game. So I think that game really went well for them, and before they came back to Accra. So I think they are well prepared for this game. I'm telling you, Nafisa.
And looking at Jonina against Epiphany Warriors, they also went 120 minutes before it was decided that Epiphany had a nod to come to the semi-finals. Looking at them from another Premier League side.
Jonina had thought Epiphany are just underdogs, so they just came into the game thinking they would have just override them. But you see, in the game, looking at the technical handlers, they have the likes of Coach Abuaji, they have the likes of who have handled Thunder Queens with a lot of experience. So playing Premier clubs is just like playing a normal game, you understand? So when they came into the game, they strategized, they did so well, they have to get in their play. And then look at a player like Sonia, very talented, very excellent. She's quiet, but when she's with the ball, excellent play, you understand? So it just took them by surprise. And then Jonina had to work herself out to win the game. So if you prepare well, you go on well.
So you prepare well, you go on well. Let's look at the lineup of these two teams, and then I can see we have 7 of the Premier Elite players in Epiphany Warriors, even in Division 1. Looking at them, some from Ampim Dakwan, Sonia, as you said, Cynthia is also from Police, Thunder Queens, Letitia, they are all there, and then you can see that it's a game of equal as you look at the performance of Army ladies in the league. Can you compare?
Yeah, for like we really said, now with the game, nevertheless, if it's the players are experienced, but it's up. What is left is the technical handlers. If they handle and they handle them well. Now the game is not about Premier players, not about, but it's tactically. When you are able to arrange your players very well, I think you get the results. It depends on how they approach the approach of the game, how they come into the game, what the technical handlers tell them. It's what they are going to, how they are going to perform on the field of play. You know, there's something that we call tactical discipline. When you are able to listen to what your coach tells you and play to the rhythm of the coach, I think you are going to go all out and win the game. So it depends on how the technical handlers handle both sides.
We'll be seeing the warm-up of these two teams before they begin this match here at Medina Astro. Warm-up is very important and essential when it comes to game, especially with this weather. You have to make sure you are all good to go, not to have any, especially with this crucial semi-finals that will be making headways. And then Jonina with Epiphany is always a dicey match, because when they were in Division 1, it's just a game of rivals always fighting. So if it's not Jonina, it's Epiphany Warriors. So there was no doubt that they were able to beat them, because definitely they were in the same zone, Zone A, Zone B. They met and they beat them to become the regional champions. So meeting them It's unfortunate that they couldn't make it in the Middle League. But when they met again at the semi-finals, it was just like sisters also meeting, so they knew each other very well. Did they play advantage for Epiphany because they had already won before against Jonina?
No, we didn't play as an advantage. Like we said, Jonina took them because they are playing in the Premiership. They thought they are only just playing with a side that they are not well prepared. But looking at the game, when Epiphany got into the game, they realized that despite they are playing at Jonina's home, they had all what it takes to be able to bury the game. Because when they score the equalizer, when the goal comes, the equalizer. So they realized that no, now they have to implement a strategy whereby they have to be able to sustain the game and be able to just contain them. So they contained them, and then they had very experienced players. Jonina too had very experienced players, but he brought them up from the regional division. But these people they were well prepared, so they just come to the game and then they did it so well.
Your prediction in the very first half?
For the prediction, I would say it's going to be a goalless draw in the first half. And let's
a
see
goalless draw. So Esther and Anna saying a goalless draw is going to be in the first half. Let's see whether there will be raining of goals in this match or it's going to be a tight one indeed. It's Army Ladies taking on Epiphany Warriors at here Medina Astroturf.
It's a knockout competition, and there were glory and failure will rub shoulders together. A competition where passion has to come to play, but brain needs to stay sharper. An afternoon where players would have date with destiny. Good afternoon and welcome to the Medina Astroturf for the semi-finals of the Women's FA Cup. It's the premier side, Army Ladies, squaring it off against the lower tier side, Epiphany Warriors. I am Esther Abankwame, the company of Nafisa Fatal. A competition that started way back on the 12th of December 2023. Gradually, it approaches its business end where we have the 4 finalists left, and that is where we have a double header here today at the Medina Astroturf. Position in the women's top tier. And however, on the other hand, Epiphany Warriors, a team plying their trade in the Division 1 side, are currently leading when it comes to their league table with 43 points, a difference of 8 in their division. In yellow is Army Ladies as they go through the pre-match rituals. A huge game at hand where they need to prove their point, where they need to put aside how the setbacks that they've had since their campaign started, so far as the 2023-2024 season is concerned. And there you have their bench, a huge game at hand where their coach would be hoping and counting on his girls to ensure that they help him with matters on the field. And their coach today is in the person of Joseph Akim Ayangri. A huge one, a game at hand. Epiphany on the other side, with their coach being Tamimu Adam, a team that last year they had to battle it right at the last day before they ended up losing it altogether to Jonina FC, where they had promotion to the top tier. And this season, it's where they would love to ensure that they make a return to the top tier. A huge one. Their coach making it known that they would want to set a different record. But what exactly is that record? Is it to eliminate Army Ladies or perhaps end up winning the penultimate? Things need to go in favor of just a team today. A draw wouldn't favor any of them, because if there is a draw, definitely penalties will have to separate these two teams since it's a knockout competition. Referees for today's affair, ensuring that things go virtually as planned. Officiating is key, and if this competition, the semi-final stage of it, is anything to go by, if it is to be enjoyed by the fans who have turned up in their numbers here, officials need to play a vital role. And that's why this game has been entrusted in the hands, a capable hands of Vida Yenube. Formalities were made, and whenever I see a shot of this, I do have a recall of a similar incident through a colleague. It's the semi-finals of the Women's FA Cup live on Max TV. Can't get to see of IMAX Media. I mean, ladies, they need to go through the final hurdles. They need to go through the final memorable stage among themselves, because this is a huge task that they need to come to the party.
Women's FA Cup semi-finals, a double-header here at Martina Hospital, where Army Ladies is taking on Epiphany Warriors. Both in their quarterfinals have to go 120 minutes to be able to get to the semis. And Epiphany made history, the first time in history as a Division 1 team making it to the semis.
For them, what a way for them to get to the semis this afternoon.
They will be making sure they could do whatever it takes to secure themselves in the final, and that will be a huge one for Epiphany Warriors. And we are here to see Army Ladies on the other side. Last season made their way to the semi, but they were knocked out by Ampim Dakwan. This time around, they have an opportunity to make it to the finals as they two clash here at the Medina Astrotel. We'll be witnessing another tidal wave and excitement of the anticipated Women's FA Cup semi-finals.
The Women's FA Cup, a competition introduced in 2016, seeing different winners of the competition. And here we are about to witness other teams that are aspiring to also be part of those that have won the title. If you look at how things have fared since this competition was introduced way back in 2016, Police Ladies won the inaugural stage one, the maiden one, where Priscilla Adubia, formerly of Ampim Dakwan Ladies, emerged as the top scorer of the competition with 6 goals. In 2017, Prisons Ladies won it after beating Police Ladies, who made a return to the grand finale once again. They lost narrowly in the hands of Prisons Ladies. But here we get underway at the Medina Astroturf, the semi-finals of the Women's FA Cup. And if you just joined, you are watching a live coverage of a game in the semi-finals involving Army Ladies, who are in yellow, playing from left to right in the first period, whereas Epiphany Ladies, who are in pink, playing from right to left. Sarah Kulible to Latifa Mohammed of Army Ladies. They need to ensure that they get their passage of play right if they are to get any kind of very insightful attempt and attack in the final third of each other. Adamal Hassan, a national team player who has played with Ghana's Black Queens, having earned a lot of call-ups into the team. Army Ladies, it sent in, but then it's offside against Army Ladies Nancy Opoku. Epiphany Warriors, they are already history makers. They are in their quest to ensure that they complete their fairy tale story. Nancy Opoku, Epiphany regained possession. They advanced forward, but it was too much of a pass aimed at finding the feet of their player Sonia Opoku. Another throw-in going the way of Army Ladies. And this is huge. A game where Army Ladies are missing the services of their key midfielder, and that is Patience Ache Ajete. who couldn't play this game as a result of the red card that she earned. Throw-in to Epiphany Warriors.
It's a huge blow for Army ladies as they lost their captain and a midfielder which always dictate the pace for them whenever she's around. But this time around, they are missing the services of Patience Ache Ajeti. But the sister is equally in there, Harriet, as there. I hope they get a life-for-life replacement for Patience Ache Ajeti. A good start for Army ladies.
In 2018, the Women's FA Cup was not played as a result of the fact that there was a GFA resolution. In 2019, it was not played at all, but in 2020, it had to be abandoned as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. And in 2021, that was that historic year where Hazaka's ladies claimed everything domestic and went ahead on the continent and excelled. In 2022, it was a year that Ampem Dakwan ladies had to pick up their pieces, regain back their confidence. After being beaten for quite a number of times by Hazaka's ladies, they pipped Hazaka's by a lone goal at the Kumasi Babayara Sports Stadium. And then again, in 2023, that is where we had Ampem Dakwan ladies beaten Police ladies by 3-1 at the Dr. Chase Sports Complex. We have 2024 to crown a new winner altogether. And here are our 4 finalists. Adama Hassan. Adama manages to send it in. Nancy Opoku. Another committed block by the defense of Army ladies, and that was Cynthia Ej doing the work. Adama Hassan follows suit once again with another wonderful strike, which rippled the side net. And this is where the intent of players come to bear. A huge strike, missed narrowly. That could have been a very superb start altogether for Army ladies.
What a great anticipation from Adama Al Hassan. Look at the drive, look at the pace in which she had that opportunity and she took that strike, but nearly that could have resulted in the early first half. As I said, Army have started really well. They are not taking chances at all, thinking that Epiphany could cause and havoc for them. This time they really want to unsettle them in the very first half before they can take advantage.
A first an advantage going the way of Army ladies. Great run by Harriet Akwoko Ajete, but she was brought down. A tackle that did not meet the pleasure of the center referee Vida. Free kick to Army ladies at a very glorious position. And that is where the goalkeeper of Epiphany Warriors need to stay alert and avoid surprises. Free kick, and who else would take it other than the experienced Adama Al Hassan, who has fancied to take this for her side. Adama Al Hassan, a low drive, well saved by goalkeeper of Epiphany Warriors. But this was a chance that should have invariably been buried by Army ladies. A low drive. And goalkeeper making amends, picking up and doing it better on the second attempt.
Equally low drive for Adama Al Hassan there, which would have done better. But on that note, Army ladies were watching. They needed to do a follow-up, but this one resulted in Army ladies defending that crucial free kick that was taken by Adama Al Hassan. This is the time Army ladies surging forward.
Army ladies, Harriet Akwoko Ajete unable to find the legs of her teammate Nancy Opoku. And safety is what has been thought of first by Army ladies. Sonia Opoku, a player formerly of Ampem Dakwan ladies. Sonia Opoku, who has joined Epiphany Warriors to help them gain promotion into the top tier of the Women's Premier League. Nancy Opoku for Army. Latifa Mohammed with a howler of a header to her goalkeeper. And Mary Sosu had to salvage that situation for her side. Goal kick. As rightly stated, this is where a team need to progress, whereas the other crash. But which of these two teams will end up progressing at the expense of the other? It's no surprise at all that there is a massive spread of play by both teams. They need to create the chances if they are to get a goal, because goal is what that matters today. Army ladies, the Women's FA Cup. Adama Hassan. Adama with a good one in. And Harriet was stripped. Referee indicating that that was a fair challenge. But Harriet is still down.
It looked as if there was a contact. But how huge was that contact? Definitely it's a contact football, but look as if this one was definitely, was it a penalty? Referee wouldn't have much of that then.
The referee was well rooted at a very good position and indeed saw what happened, and that indeed has to be her own discretion. She says it's a fair challenge. The Women's FA Cup, right after this game, another crucial game will take place. One of these two teams will make it to the grand finale of the Women's FA Cup for this year. And right after this, at 4 p.m., another crucial game which will be live on Max TV. A game involving two Premier League teams, Supreme Ladies, who would square it up all together against another security service team, Police Ladies. Cynthia J with a long one in, hoping to have found Jennifer. But it was too much of a heavy pass for her as the ball goes behind. Ladies. Free kick to Epiphany Warriors. Latifa Mohammed, a player that always ensures that things go right in the heart of midfield for her side, Army Ladies. A free kick where Mary Sosu, the goalkeeper of Army Ladies, is issuing instructions to the two players defending the set piece, Ellen as well as Latifa Mohammed. It's swung in, Mary Sosu grabs with ease. Ellen to Nancy Opoku. And it is Army on the ascendancy. Harriet Akoko Ajete. Harriet flooded by three players. Offside. Is offside against Army Ladies. Epiphany in pink, playing from right to left in the first period. Janet of Epiphany Warriors. The ball is headed back in by Harriet. Army Ladies. Lily Nibel Lawrence of Army to Adamal Hassan. Latifa Muhammad sent it back to Lily Nibet Lawrence. Lily, Sonia Opoku. But Sonia is dispossessed by Ami. The passage of play, the fluidity with which Ami are playing is what they are counting on to get the early goal. Angelica Sambik. Angelica to Ellen. Ami. But Cynthia Ejay clears it off to safety for her side. In the round of 64, Epiphany Warriors had a walkover when Unload Ladies failed to turn up at the match day. After making it past the round of 64, it meant that in the round of 32, they needed to win and progress to the next stage. And that was where Epiphany Warriors beat Blessed Ladies by 2-0. Army Ladies, goal kick. And it was Nancy Opoku going for the spectacular goal kick. Well, taking free kick there for Army Ladies.
Army Ladies making sure this time around they will have to make all the clear-cut chances in the very first half, in which they have pinned down Epiphany in their own half. Turning, twisting, and seeing what they can have in the very first half. They are not doing quite bad at all, but they need to do more. They need to follow up. They need to be clinical when having such opportunities. They are having the midfield to themselves, navigating the match, creating chances, and they need to be clinical, because sometimes in games like this, it comes back to haunt you.
A free kick, throw-in, of course, going the way of Army Ladies, who have enjoyed quite a lion's share of possession in the opening period. Nancy Opoku to Ellen. Ellen sent it in. And they failed to be very efficient in the final third of Epiphany Warriors. Epiphany in the last round of 32 beat Blessed Ladies by 2-0. In round 16, they beat Premier League team Sea Lions by 2-1. And in the quarterfinal stage of the competition, they eliminated Premier League side Jonina Ladies. And that was a 2-1 victory in their favor at the end of 90 minutes. If you are wondering who exactly Epiphany Warriors are, then they are indeed the Greater Accra Regional Champions. To have made it to this stage alone is enough of a success. But then again, the penultimate would be the icing on the cake. Sonia Opoku for Epiphany Warriors. Sonia Opoku, just when she was aiming to find the right spot and come away with a strike, she was brought down. And Sonia Opoku has all these under her sleeves. Very good, dazzling footwork, of course. And that is what Angelica Sambik couldn't entertain. She has to bring her down. Free kick.
Sonia Pokun in 2021, when Hazakes won, she was the best player for Ampem Dakwa then in 2021. So you know what Sonia Opoku has on her sleeve. Very good player indeed. Doesn't matter what teams she's playing.
Free kick to Epiphany Warriors at a very promising position. They have Salma Sai Jabril, their top scorer, who has 26 goals behind the ball for them. Salma Sai with this promising opportunity to put her side in the lead. Selected for Sonia Opoku. And the referee would have to make sure that she has very good words with the players involved. Harriet was so much in a haste. And referee Vida has to let them know that she is in charge. Epiphany Warriors. Free kick. Salmasai, left set for Sonia Opoku. Buys ballon that way, goal kick. So two of these teams have gotten free kicks at very good positions, but none have made it efficient enough to have gotten the goal.
What a free kick by Sonia Opoku, and disappointed by how she miskicked it. Advantage position, and then definitely if you are not able to make good use of it, sometimes you just find yourself wanting. Epiphany, that was their second free kick just in around the box of Army Ladies. Surging forward, they haven't had a good midfield battle between them and Army Ladies, but they are now making clear cut. Before first half or the first 15 minutes they were just off, and they are now waking up to. They are now making up headway. We'll see how they'll be able to soak pressure and then fare into the game. But it seems Army Ladies are in charge, and they're making all the clear-cut chances, creating spaces, picking pockets of spaces, but they are not clinical. And that's the difference between both teams now. Hope Army Ladies take advantage of what they are doing. If not, sometimes with matches or knockouts, matches like that, it can cost you.
Epiphany Warriors. Another throw to Army Ladies, and Adam Al Hassan gets the ball for her side. Army, Nancy Opoku. Epiphany clear their lines. Precious Peprenyako. But Army regroup and reclaim possession. Ellen. And Cynthia J has Nancy Opoku to tussle out with. Army Ladies. It's a semi-final clash. A victory will see a team progressing to the finals, and defeat will see the other team eliminated, since this is a knockout competition. The Women's FA Cup have always been one of the most exciting tournaments that we have. Apart from the Women's Premier League, this is one of the most glorious one as well. Goal kick to Army Ladies. And Army, a team who have so much been a pale shadow of themselves this season. In the round of 64, Army Ladies defeated GRA Ladies. In round of 32, Army trashed Kesiwa Ladies by 7-0. At the quarterfinal stage, they won 7-6 on penalties against valued Ladies. When it comes to the Women's Premier League itself, Army have gotten a very poor run in terms of their performance. Just 19 points, lying fifth on the league table for the Southern Zone. Army Ladies by Epiphany. Lily Nibet Lawrence with that challenge there on Cynthia Ajay, a challenge that was well spotted. And interestingly, she was asking the referee, me. She is so much surprised that the foul went against her.
Sometimes challenging to find players doing something that they are clearly caught on camera, but they still go challenging that they did such no thing. Meanwhile, it's clear cast on TV that this is exactly what they do, but they will still argue their way. And Eagles know where they will still receive cards, but they will still find way of making it as if they are still innocent on that note.
So there you have players of Supreme Ladies awaiting their turn. At 4 p.m. they will be in action against Police Ladies, a game you can't afford to miss. And that game would equally be live on Max TV. So we have a very tall day ahead, a day that you need to stay glued to your TV set, and your preferred channel should be Max TV. Army Ladies, Ellen, together with Nancy Opoku, throwing going the way of Army Ladies. Goal kick. A wayward attempt by Army Ladies Atha Abrefi. And that will be goal kick. The teams are yet to be very potent up front in the final third. They haven't been very effective. They've created the chances. They've gotten some glaring opportunities. But the goalkeepers of both teams are yet to be truly tested. Sonia Poku brought down. Free kick going the way of Epiphany Warriors, a lower tier team, causing a lot of mayhem to the Premier League side, Army Ladies. Sonia Opoku, handball against Epiphany Warriors. A goal would be enough for one of these teams because that could possibly give them a good standing for the remaining game, for the remaining minutes of the game. Salma Sai Jabril, a lovely name.
Salma Sai Jabril. From Tender Queens.
Yeah, formerly of Tender Queens, a team that got relegated in the women's top tier last season. Free kick. I'm sure during the recess, the coaches of these two teams would be the busiest. By and large, the message would be create the chances, get the goals. This is a knockout competition. Adam Al Hassan to take the free kick for Army Ladies. Adama sent it in. But goalkeeper salvaged the situation for Epiphany Warriors. But until when should we wait for the goal?
When is it going to happen? Epiphany making the clear cut, and then that was a tricky one. At a point in time, I thought that was going to be the opener. Letitia Eje cheeky tap was something that was thinking was just equally good. Could have been a goal, but just missing it.
Letitia Eje looked the ball over. The goalkeeper had committed out of her lines, but Letitia couldn't find the target. Lily Nibelori sprawls away, is brought down. And this could possibly be a key decision to be made by referee Vida, because this could be equally an obstruction of a goal-scoring opportunity. But the debate and the protest will be whether she happened to be the last player.
Probably wasn't the last player. And the
And
challenge.
she's fortunate to have even been left off the hook by the referee without a card. Cynthia J, one of the likeliest players so far on the field. Goalkeeper of Epiphany Warriors, formerly of Sea Lions, Martha Kofi Annan, issuing instructions to her defenders. Adama Hassan once again behind. Adama on target, but is well saved by goalkeeper Martha Kofi Annan. Just when Adama Hassan thought this was goal bound, goalkeeper Martha saved with ease. And they go again in their quest to get the goals. Jabril Sai, Epiphany Warriors, Sonia Opoku, Army Ladies, Epiphany, but Army we get the ball. Nancy Opoku exchanging passes there with Ellen. Ladies, Latifa Mohammed, Basara Koulibaly with a foul there which happened on the blind side of the referee. Referee blows a whistle for that temporary hold-up as the player of Epiphany Warriors needs to be attended to. Letitia Ejay. The semi-finals of the Women's FA Cup. And the referee Vida has been one of the busiest. She has gotten a lot of scuffle to settle.
She's stamping on her authority. Sometimes when you have the knockout games like that, flashing of cards sometimes makes the game look some way. I guess
30 minutes, half an hour played so far here at the Medina Astroturf. And it's water break at the moment. Brief temporal recess period for these technical teams to once again imbibe into the players what exactly they want from them on the field of play. Both teams have created the chances, but they haven't found the most valuable, and that is the goal. Despite the time, despite the weather, the fans never failed to disappoint their team. They are here in their numbers. Epiphany are seeking forward to attain greater heights by making it to the finals of the Women's FA Cup. As a lower tier side, to be in the finals will be one of the most memorable moments in their history. On the other side, Army Ladies, a team that have failed to make it to the grand finale of the Women's FA Cup, we'll be hoping to do that today. And just as these two teams are battling it out, looking for that most important slot, there are other two teams are waiting to take their turn, and that is Police Ladies and then Supreme Ladies. A game that promises virtually every iota of excitement.
quite impressed about Epiphany's performance in this very first half. They have been calm, so Russia making sure they're giving the respect to Army ladies as well. They are really into the game, defending their lines and making clear-cut incursion, but they need to do well for everyone. The going begins against Sonia Opoku. Sonia Opoku, Epiphany.
Free kick to Army ladies. Nancy Opoku, who came from the bench in the match day 15 for Army ladies, starts today. And that meant that Maria Maforiwa would have to join the team in the second period, perhaps for Army ladies. Goal kick. It's goal kick to Epiphany Warriors. 107 goals scored this season. That is very enormous.
And that's happened in the Division 1 level. As many goals as possible. Mostly get walkovers.
Angelica Sambek. And she decides to let the ball go behind so that her goalkeeper can come up with a very good spot kick for her side. We are into the final 15 minutes of the first period. The semis of the Women's FA Cup. Epiphany, if you just joined, are in pink, playing from right to left in the first period, whereas Army ladies are in yellow, playing from left to right in the first half. Ellen. But Jennifer. Precious Peprenyako to Halima to Abdullahi. And it's free kick. Halima to Abdullahi commits that foul to award the advantage to Army ladies. Deborah Opoku. Deborah to Lily Nibel Lawrence. Lily to Latifa Muhammad. Army ladies on the ascendancy. Ellen to Harriet Akwoko. Latifa Muhammad with a low drive. A drive that is well spotted by goalkeeper of Epiphany Warriors.
Just had a bit of space in front of her that she could
Epiphany with a chance to get the lead. And Marisos who failed to grab it at once. Sonia Opoku. Army ladies get the ball back. Ellen for Army ladies. Great header by Janet of Epiphany Warriors. The attack in numbers and defend in numbers as well. And that is Epiphany Warriors. Ellen for Army. Throw in. Ellen. Harriet Akoko Ajete. Back to Ellen, who sent it back into the half of Epiphany Warriors. And the whistle saves Epiphany. Infringement on the goalkeeper. And she takes a tumble afterwards. We are yet to have a goal A long afternoon ahead of us all together here at the Medina AstroTurf.
Looking at the top scorer chart of the Women's FA Cup, we have Teresa Akon-Kobna of Sea Lions, who has 8 goals. Ellen Kwaku also has 7 goals. Ophelia Sewan-Ponsa has 7 goals. Sophia Ejakwa has 5 goals, and Gertrude Amufa has 5 goals. All of them are out, exception with Sophia Ejakwa, who has the goal. Epiphany, goalkeeper, is attending to the medics. Martha Kofi Annan, formerly Sea Lions, is up on her feet. Before we had the referees jersey clashing with Army Ladies, and there is now a change and a clear cut for them. They are now in black. Before they were in yellow and a black jersey, but now change, and there's a clear thing with every player: Epiphany, Army Ladies, and the referees.
Epiphany creeping forward, but the ball had crossed the line. The Women's FA Cup 2016, Police Ladies were the winners. 2017, Prisons Ladies emerged victors. And 2018, the competition was not played as a result of the GFA dissolution. And in 2019, it wasn't played, but in 2020, COVID-19 took a center stage, a situation that halted football activities across the globe. Epiphany, goal kick. The resilience of Epiphany's Letitia Ejei nearly helped her to put her side in the lead. Angelica Sambek was beaten, goalkeeper equally beaten, but the final delivery was the poorest. After 2020, in 2021, Hazakes won the Women's FA Cup. In 2022, Ampem Dakwan Ladies emerged victorious at the end of the competition. 2023, Ampem Dakwan Ladies defended their title gallantly at the Dr. Chase Sports Complex. In 2024, who would be the winners? And that is a question that none can answer. Perhaps time can only tell us. Coach Joseph Akima Yangri, who hasn't gotten a flourishing campaign so far this season, both in the Women's FA Cup and in the top tier of the Women's Premier League. He knows that if his team wants to be in good shape, the era of Army Ladies, where they used to have the likes of Zinabu Mumuni, Zanatu Al-Hassan, Naimaya Nabikan, among the others, they would have taken the lead by now. Goals have always been a matter of difficulty for Army Ladies since this season started. Last month, they had to suffer a very painful defeat in the hands of Esiam Socrates at the Enyan Ebasa AstroTurf. They returned back hoping to have gotten good results as well, but that did not fare well for them in the end. Janet of Epiphany with a long one. Angelica Sambek heads it off. Latifa Mohammed. Latifa with 2 players. She skips away delightfully. Latifa gets it back. Deborah Opoku with Cynthia Ejei to tangle with. And it is throwing to Army Ladies. Adama Al Hassan to Lily Nibel Lawrence. Lily back to Adama Al Hassan. Adama hoping to skip away from Elizabeth Efia, but she fails to, as Elizabeth gets the ball and the possession for Epiphany Warriors. Deborah Opoku to Lily. Adam Al Hassan, it's swung in. Great header. Another follow-up. It goes wide. Goal kick. And Harriet Akoko Ajete questions her teammate Adam Al Hassan that should have rather been a setup for any of the other players who have gotten the goal for Army Ladies. Cynthia J gives possession away to Army. Nancy Opoku. Poor final touch. Goal kick. A lot is expected from Nancy Opoku up front for Army Ladies.
Nancy Opoku has been a bit on the loose side. All the clear-cut chances, they are not taking up that mantle. They are not moving into pocket of spaces. They are creating the chances, but they are still not finding answers to it. Army Ladies has a problem front. All their last matches in the league has come as a result of a goal or they are down, meaning there is a problem in their front, their arrowhead. Bema Lawrence is not, Bema is not in. And then being taxed to do is also another problem. For Nancy, is not getting clear-cut chance. Lily Lawrence is also not finding her rhythm up front. But they are creating the chances. That is my problem. They are having all the midfield to themselves. They are pushing accuracy, control over the ball. But they are not making that runs that could give the final. They need to be communicating well as their final touch. Sometimes I really don't know what is wrong with them. Their final touch or their final pass to their arrowhead is always a problem. And they are not aggressive into the 18-yard box. They just leave it loose and referee wouldn't take any of them. I don't know whether it's a penalty they are looking for, a spot kick. They just have to make sure they take chances and then create a goal out of the chances that they have gotten.
Jennifer gets free kick for Epiphany Warriors. The 45 minutes is up. Awaiting the additional minutes from the fourth official. Free kick to Epiphany Warriors. Epiphany Warriors with a free kick. Swiftly taken, but poor header from Letitia J awards Army Ladies the goal kick. In every facet of this first period, you would say that all the two teams need to double their effort. They haven't been very flourishing as expected. Sai Jabril skips away in a very good way. Latifa Mohammed wins free kick for her team. If you just joined, you are watching the live coverage of the Women's FA Cup semi-finals between Army Ladies and Epiphany Warriors. Army are in yellow, Epiphany in pink. Huge interception from Janet of Epiphany Warriors to deny Army Ladies the chance of registering the first goal.
Call it great defending for Epiphany. A calmly intervention from Janet. That was
a busy day here at the Medina AstroTurf. Don't forget, 2 games are at hand today. The first one is almost getting to an end in terms of the first period of the game. And right after at 4 p.m. we have another game, a game that would involve police ladies, a security service team who are just arriving together with Supreme ladies. So 2 huge games live on Max TV. You can't afford to miss any of these games. But it's still goalless at the moment. And since this is a knockout competition, it means that goals need to be scored. The two of the teams need to be separated at the end of the day. One team gets to progress, whereas the other crashes. And these players will be having dates with destiny. And they were glory and failure would rub shoulders together. Epiphany Warriors. Halima to Abdullahi. Halima to sends it in. Latifa with an own goal. How did this happen? A well sent in delivery by Halima to Abdullahi. And Latifa Mohammed, who has virtually been very active and the most proactive player on the field, ends up scoring an own goal. The delivery was so impeccable, so teasing and enticing enough that she thought she needed to have defended in a very good manner, but it ends up making her a villain. Army ladies trail at the end of the first period. What an awful end of the first half for Army ladies. A dramatic end. They've been very good. Despite the fact that they weren't able to score, they still created the chances. And Latifa Mohammed in the heart of midfield was very superb for Army ladies. But just as it's often said, football is always full of uncertainties. The heroine becomes the villain. First half ends. Army ladies 1, Army ladies 0, Epiphany Warriors 1. This is how the 2 teams were ushered onto the field on a day where 2 teams are supposed to make it to the grand finale of the Women's FA Cup. A clear competition involving a lower tier side up against a top tier side. Army ladies had some handful of opportunities, and that was one of those that Deborah Opoku earned for her side. But when the free kick was taken, goalkeeper did better in saving for her side. Another glorious one there saved by Army ladies Mary Sosu. The spectacular attempt by Nancy Opoku and Sonia Opoku here getting her side another good free kick, which ended up not being fruitful. Lily Nibet Lawrence crept forward here, but she was clipped, and Adam Al Hassan took this free kick for her side before the goalkeeper saved. So looking at the chances that were created, and here Letitia Ejay was indeed a handful for the defenders of Army ladies. With this chance being trashed away. Epiphany was so much calculated in terms of their attacks. They were deliberate in creating all these chances, and that was a good delivery by Halima to Abdullahi. that Latifa Mohammed ended up heading it into her own net. A very dramatic end here for this phenomenal player of Army Ladies. Own goal. She gifted the goal to Epiphany Warriors to give them the lead. Goalkeeper Mary Sosu, who was rooted, knew that the havoc has been caused. It ends here for the first half of the Women's FA Cup semi-finals first game. Army Ladies 0, Epiphany Warriors 1.
The best in online games is here. Lucky Win Ghana. If we say Sika Wofia, Nije Wofia, this year, dear, it's your chance to chop big. So play any of our games such as Super Spin, Cash Spin, Classic Roulette, Penalty Shootout, Slot 777, Crash Games, and more at www.luckywin.com.gh. With a minimum of 1 Ghana cedis, you stand a chance to win instant cash prizes up to 1 million Ghana cedis on your phone. Plus, you can withdraw your cash prizes at any time of the day. So hurry now, because Mr. Money know the waste time. Lucky Win, play with less, chance to win big. This advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, only for persons 18 years and above. Gaming can be addictive.
Hello, lovely people. Yes, it's another season and exciting moment seeing you right here. And you know, when it comes to Max Buy is the synonym for freebies. The name is Daniel the MC, and I'm here for something unique. And probably no one more buy a shop in and ya achedie bebre e wo de omoto de omodeko ne de eba afei na edru omo toy de online www.maxbuy.com.gh. Omo free and phone so and now one use WhatsApp no me say afei de air dennis so wo free o WhatsApping and now go online at www.maxbuy.com.gh. Now what there you be deliver my free. Osika coin ho me say helicopter coin ho kradia as asase wo ho there Max Buy ebeba ho abe deliver ma opotemo nationwide lungu corners ghettos bebia e wo Ghana hanyina no o order ye de bebro and today then say ye de brand one so e free into say wo order Techno Spark 20 Techno Camon 20 Infinix Note 30 Hot 40 Pro itel A70 itel P55 when you na mabu boy dear o order no delivery fee are you free until person will order and run the server call www.maxbuy.com.gh and as a web free and now be WhatsApp and one number is 0544 019552 and that's a 0594 091122. Max Buy online, and your free delivery. Now, so Kai say, in Shisha,
Embrace the elegance with Techno Camon 30. Add a unique charm to your world in your palm with Techno Camon 30. Camon 30 way dear and kinds your cry. A first nanke because we dear new will it. Max Buy serves you with the latest on the market. My name is Maxwell Coleman. Let's go shopping. U TV remote ayera. Ana nkolani de diagram hu baby over the ato. Odo me han ho kra. Se wo Camon 30 a o house switcher. Camon 30 wo infrared. Infrared number boa betumi control u TV and u AC. E wo wo phone so. The phone screen is 6.78. Big enough, wide enough for your viewing. Now this strong as someone wanna say, share fingerprints in our display, fingerprints no whole screen or so. Intend the view of your so yeah, they're not so slide and no tank, now say view phone, now we use so easy. A banner Techno Camon series, dear. Picture quality, yeah, demo for. Like Camon 30, dear, make I just say a bonus scrap, fala near the abroad. A banner content, Eban so besu try selfies. Eban so ye video at one. Eban so record BB. Other way dear air top notch. Men kasa bebre. Hey, nianom techno come on 30. Erade. Hey, 256 plus 8 gig RAM. And you can also virtually extend it with 8 gig in addition, making 16 gig RAM. 8 nianom. After the year, or more space for pictures and videos. No excuse. Phone ya kono. Phone ya fe. Every feeling sound the boy so edda form. 2,945 pay. Now 2,945 pay are making na max buy so some the.
What a big late goal here at the Medina Astroturf. An own goal indeed. And Epiphany running away where they have near just like a magic, in which we are all thinking they were underdogs. It was an own goal from Latifa that resulted, giving Epiphany that edge, that graceful opportunity, that working and hard work goal to put them in the lead. Going into the recess, I know they are going to make sure they do everything in their powers to maintain that lead. First half, Army ladies have played greatly, very well indeed. But this late goal has destabilized Army ladies.
Yes, like we really said in our first match, this thing. What we realized is that during the first half, I told you something that the coaches are playing. The players are playing to tactical discipline. The tactical discipline is what has just transferred on the field of play. In as much as the Division 1 side, Epiphany, is a Division 1 side, they have gathered a lot of confidence, a lot of experience. When you talk of their players, most of them, despite they are playing at the regional level, most of the players are quite experienced. So you could realize that they were playing to the rhythm of their tactics of their coaches. So you saw what happened what resulted in the goal. It was just, they just pressured them and then they just had a goal. It was just what happened. The goal is just like a pressure goal, like how we explain it. It's just a pressure goal from.
I'm not saying it's a pressure goal, and then this is how Army ladies have fared in the very first half. They created all the chance, all the opportunity, not clinical, and it has come to hand them in the very last minute to the end of the first half. How would you assess the performance of Epiphany as we go into this now?
Oh, for the game, I would say they were all on the same place during the first half of the game. But I realized as the game flows, tactically, Epiphany begin to gain confidence into the game. You understand? They realize that they were their co-mates, they can play. So you look at it from their bench, you could see the force that their bench were giving the players. So it gave them the necessary morale for them to go into the game. But you realize they took their chances. I mean, had a lot of chances, but probably they didn't take it. But in the game of football, when you have your chances and you don't take it, somebody capitalizes on it and then they punish you. So I think that is exactly what happened.
Exactly what Epiphany was doing. They have defended so deeply into their half. They haven't had a much more of the midfield battle with Army. They have left it go, and then anytime they are on the run, they are really living dangerously. And this is what caused the goal of Army ladies. They themselves scoring an own goal. Just asking, as a team player or a coach, how would you assess that goal? What could have been done to make sure that goal didn't happen?
You realize that even in the first half, you saw in the 25th
That was it
minute,
on your screen now.
Yeah, in the first half, you realize that in the 25th minute, Letitia had a very clinical chance to bury the goal. You could realize that their strikers were doing so well. Before this goal could come in, it was just about tactical play. They worked the ball out, and then you realize that when they take the ball into the air, they will just cause blunders. And this is one of the blunders that you see in football, when your opponents mount pressure on you.
So that was a pressure, but equally there was no pressure on that one at all. It was just something that they needed to just clear up, and then for no reason they just have it. I learned there was a defender behind. Couldn't she have alerted Latifa on that note?
Normally when the ball is on the right flank, I expect the last player, which is number 3, should be the last marker. That is tactically. When they lost concentration, that is what happens. Because when the ball flew, the last defender should have been the right back, who should go and clear that. But she lost concentration. That's what happened.
Okay, so they could have avoided it.
Definitely,
Niba Lauren wasn't communicated. Latifa wasn't communicated on that note. We'll be going to the second half. What do you say with the second half? What performance should we be expecting?
Like we said, it's not going to be an easy task. Army has gone to the locker room to give them their tactical work. So I'm sure the second half is going to be a mouth-watering game. Let's see the outcome, what is going to happen.
Okay, so we'll be quickly going into the second half to see the game between Army Ladies and Epiphany Warriors. Epiphany are coming in comfortably with a lead in this very first half. And then second half, let's see how it ends here at the Medina AstroTurf Park.
Welcome back to the second period here at the Medina AstroTurf. It's the semi-finals of the Women's FA Cup live on Max TV. A game between Army Ladies as well as Epiphany Warriors. First half ending in a very dramatic manner that saw the latter getting the goal. An own goal scored by Latifa Mohammed means that Army Ladies will need to start from the scratch. They need to first and foremost get a crucial equalizer, possibly in the early minutes of the game. And if the odds favor them, perhaps a winning goal to give them a very good cushion. But until then, it would be the lower tier side, Epiphany in your short, who are in pink, that will be enjoying the moment as it stands. Don't forget, this is a knockout competition that must produce the winner at the end of 90 minutes. And if things should go the same way as it did in the first period, it would mean that the lower tier side, Epiphany Warriors, their fairy tale story would continue, becoming the first ever team to make it to the semi-finals of the competition, and then again making it to the penultimate, that is the grand finale. We get underway for the second period. And in the second half, Epiphany in pink are playing from left to right, whereas Army Ladies in yellow will play from right to left. Adama Al-Hassan to Angelica Sambek. Throw in to Army Ladies, who need to make sure that they respond out of necessity. A failure to do that, we see them succumbing and exiting the tournament in their stage, and that will be another key blow to them. Already things are not swinging their way in the top tier of the Women's Premier League. The FA Cup can't be another form of misery for them. But standing in their way is this bubbly, great, youthful side that they have nothing but dreams that they hope would come to reality, and that is Epiphany Warriors. Army Ladies, Adam Al-Hassan. Sarah Koulibaly sent it in again. Adam Al-Hassan, but Cynthia Ejei gets it for her team. Angelica Sambek of Army. And the Army are so determined. The strike of Nancy Opoku is well blocked. And this would be goal kick. Should the game end like this, it would be a different story altogether. When it comes to the history of the Women's FA Cup in Ghana, the story would be rewritten, and that all would be for the fact that a lower tier side team dared to dream, and the dream made the difference for them. Sonia Opoku to Jennifer, and Jennifer still offside against Epiphany. Their eagerness is everything. They couldn't get the goal themselves, but they are becoming quite resilient, hoping to get the goal that would give them a cushion. A double of it would mean that they have a very great grip on Army ladies. Mary Sosu. Captain Fantastic Janet of Epiphany Warrior. A great day here at the Medina AstroTurf. Not only will it bring all together fans from all aspects, the pioneers of the game are not left out. Free kick. Epiphany Warriors. The first 5 minutes of the second period. And we've already had end-to-end stuff. Sonia Opoku dispossessed by Lily Nibel Lawrence. Lily Nibel Lawrence. Free kick. Free kick to Epiphany Warriors. The challenge there by Lily Nibet Lawrence. Epiphany goal kick. Mary Susu is unhappy with that challenge by Letitia Ejay. A great attempt before Letitia Ejay ended up clattering into goalkeeper Mary Susu. Angelica Sambek. Angelica to Sarah Kulibule. Deborah Poku. It's swung in for Army ladies, but no player was looking around with intent. Adama Al Hassan. Great save. Great save by Mata Kofi Annan. Mata Kofi Annan gathers beautifully for Epiphany Warriors, who have the next 40 minutes to hold on and avoid conceding. Lily Nibet Lawrence with that challenge there on Halimatu Abdullahi of Epiphany Warriors. Free kick, and again she questions, where did I go wrong? Halimatu Abdullahi, who has taken to the ground and needs to be treated. But until then, the fans would continue to be happy. At least they've gotten a goal to be good. The fans of Epiphany Warriors would be delighted. On the other hand, the fans of Army Ladies would be dejected.
Army Ladies haven't been the same since their 5 matches from the Ghana Women's Premier League. The last 5 matches hasn't been good for Army Ladies. They have conceded 5 and scored only 2, meaning they have a goal drought. And here, scoring an own goal for the underdog Epiphany Warriors. And looking at it, Epiphany Warriors in the second half look very good and then poised, optimistic, doing everything. If they can go, they have to defend that very goal, and they are pushing up front. It's taking Army Ladies really a tough time to be defending their area. The first half was Army Ladies taking advantage, pushing and pressing, but this time around in the second half, tables have turned. It's Epiphany with that confidence and that late goal own goal has given them the advantage. The kind of respect they had for Army ladies is something else, and they are living their dreams. They will do everything to defend this goal.
Epiphany Warriors, Precious Pepranyako. A season which started in a champagne style for Epiphany, both in their division as well as in the Women's FA Cup. And that has seen them making strides. Adam Al Hassan, but Adam runs into traffic. Throw in for Army ladies. The first touch by Adam Al Hassan was not a perfect one, as she ended up showing too much of it to Cynthia Ajayi, who trashed it off to safety for Epiphany Warriors. And Salma Sai Jabril, the top scorer of Epiphany Warriors, with 26 goals. What a ridiculous performance, and of course stats for a very young player getting the goals for her side. And today she has made quite a different number of attempts, but yet to find the back of the net and increase her goal tally. Sarah Koulibaly to Lily Nibet Lawrence, who couldn't head it off for her side. Adam Al Hassan, and it's thrown in. Another throw-in going the way of Army ladies. They need to respond out of necessity if they are to leave here with any good results at all. Deborah Opoku with a long one, finding Nancy Opoku. Great goal! Just a whisker away. This would have been one of the best goals of the season. Look at the first control, the second, and the final one. So both legs been active. Just the goal that she failed to get. That would have been the best goal of the season.
Just when about she pulled the trigger, the left leg wasn't that powerful. She had made that first touch, second touch, and then she needed that powerful drive to get to the back of the net. But unfortunately, she just makes it just an inch to the goalpost. And what a goal that would have been. At least for the last 2 minutes, Army ladies have been on the rise. They have been pushing, pressurizing Epiphany to see whether they can pull that early equalizer and see what the rest of the minutes has got for them. They're doing all they can, but they need to put much more agency to it. Seems they are well relaxed on that note. They are not aggressive. The Warriors are now all over. They are all over the pitch now, worrying Army ladies, not giving them a breathing space to be able to get away. But they say they fear no foe. They'll keep on pushing so they get answers. How many minutes left for Army ladies to be able to do that?
A difficult day, difficult moment, difficult period for Army ladies. At the same time, here at the Medina AstroTurf, huge game, semi-final. A game where kids have not been left out of this excitement. Throw in to Army ladies. Angelica Sambek, but it goes straight to Janet of Epiphany Warriors. The clock keeps ticking. rightly in favor of Epiphany Warriors. Corner kick. Corner kick to Army Ladies. The first of this game for them. Just maybe their luck might shine. Corner kick taken, and it's a goal. Army Ladies drop parity here at the Medina Astroturf, much to the surprise and amazement of goalkeeper of Epiphany Warriors. Army, the security service team, drop parity, and that creates a lot of excitement here at the Medina Astroturf. Martha, Kofi Annan, stand. Well taken, corner kick. And how about that from the defender, Sarah Koulibaly, drawing parity for her side. Army Ladies 1. Epiphany Warriors 1. We are back to where we started. 1-1 at the moment. Huge game.
Just a magnificent and potentially life-changing for Army Ladies. They have pulled equal on a level terms with Epiphany. Game on. And the captain, Adama Al-Hassan, in the absence of Patience, Ache Ajete, has lived up to expectation. 1-1 and game on here at Medina Astroturf.
Epiphany Warriors. Mary Sosu. Rightly spotted. Letitia Ejay failing to restore the lead of Epiphany Warriors. To think that the next game is just a few minutes away. A game that would see two Premier League sides battling it out, going head to head. Lily Beloris, but Cynthia J. Clears it. We have the second semi-final in a bit here at the Medina Astroturf. Police Ladies to face off with Supreme Ladies. But until then, another security service will need to redeem themselves. Sonny Opoku. Army Ladies. Claire, which goes as far as where Percious Peprenyako is. The Women's FA Cup live on Max TV. A slot is awaiting one of these teams in the finals of the Women's FA Cup for the 2023-2024 season. Dead ball situation. Epiphany Warriors. Epiphany. Sonia Opoku. But Sarah Koulibaly. Free kick to Army Ladies, Sarah Koulibaly, who has taken to the ground. And that has seen the first yellow card of this game been brandished to Jennifer of Epiphany Warriors. Sarah Koulibaly of Army Ladies, who has been very instrumental in the heart of defense for Army Ladies, is in pains. We end up seeing such moments. It's been a contact game. Such moments are bound to happen. Players getting injured. And that's what they do on normal basis in order to ensure that they excite every football loving fan. And as often as always, it comes with a cost.
It did happen at the finals at the Dr. Kwame Che Sports Complex, where Mary Berkon had a headbutter in the early half of the finals against Ampim Darkwa, and she played throughout.
Ladies are hoping to have back on her feet Sarah Koulibaly, who they can't afford to miss in their quest to progress to the finals of this year's knockout competition. That's the Women's FA Cup. Martha Kofi Annan.
Her center couldn't hold.
Martha is still surprised and amazed. A goal that she conceded. A goal that was very costly, that drew parity for Army Ladies. And that was through a set piece.
Obviously, she can't blame herself. There was nothing she could do. Looked as if it was a well-rehearsed corner kick and the first corner for Army Ladies. And they took advantage. Koulibaly and the captain, Adam Al-Hassan, making sure they made it count.
A build-up to the goal that was scored by Epiphany Warriors right on the stroke of halftime. An own goal scored by Latifa Mohammed, and that happened to have been the last kick of the first period before this crucial equalizer by Adam Al-Hassan to help her team draw parity here at the Medina AstroTurf. But for the time being, it's temporal hold-up at the moment. Sarah Koulibaly is being treated. An anxious moment both for the fans and the playing body, together with the technical team. Women's FA Cup in your shot. How about that for those fans who have on this blessed Sunday, the 5th of May, 2024, chosen to honor and witness this great day in women's football history. Another game at 4 p.m. Sarah Koulibaly, a very horrible sight to behold, very difficult. A section of the worried fans. And Sarah Koulibaly is a player that Army can't afford to miss. If you look at their bench, all they have are midfielders and, of course, strikers. So that means if Sarah Koulibaly fails to continue, the coach would have to find a versatile player to fill in. Army Ladies referee with another temporal hold-up. Army Ladies have Harriet Akwoko Ajeti. They have already lost a player who is still being treated, and the technical team are yet to determine whether she can make it and continue with the rest of the game. They can't afford to miss another instrumental player, Harriet Akwoko Ajeti, the sister of Patience Atwe Ajeti. Both of them play for Army Ladies. And this was the incident, a high boot that the referee thought initially was a fair challenge. And sometimes you just can't fault some of these officials. They have microseconds to take decisions, but their inability to be proactive at some moments ends up proving very, very deadly for any of the players or the teams. Nancy Opoku for Army Ladies. Throw it into Army. Army Ladies. Attack referee. Harriet looking with intent. Attack referee with another attempt, and so she went the same direction. The first was blocked. Thought that after she had another chance to make amends, she should have done better, but once again she goes the same direction. Off target, goal kick to Epiphany Warriors. Before this game commenced, you would say that on paper it should have been a dandle for the top tier side. But the lower tier side took the lead before the top tier side ended up getting the equalizer. Substitution for Epiphany Warriors. Halima to Abdullahi. She has been substituted and replaced by Deborah Nyakwa, a player formerly of Infantiman, joining Epiphany Warriors in this season's campaign. So we've gotten the first substitution. Epiphany Warriors. Handball against Epiphany Warriors substitutes. Women's FA Cup semi-final bet here at the Madina Astroturf. It's 1-1 at the moment. Over 60 minutes played. And our mark. And it's 1-1. This encounter needs to produce a winner. Mary Sosu. Mary Sosu to Ellen. Ellen to Nancy Opoku. Precious Pepra Nyako. And the Army ladies are ready in another substitute for the game. But before then, is water break. Adama Al-Hassan, the player in your shot, had the crucial equalizer for Army ladies. The coaches would have the next 2 minutes to retreat, to remind these players of what is at stake and what they need to do right, the things they need to eschew, and the things that they need to do better.
Army ladies are back in the game, but their tempo is still down. They need to do much more if really they want to get to the final stage of the Women's FA Cup final. In the Women's League, their last 5 matches hasn't been that good at all. They have drawn 2 of them against Hazakas and Sea Lions, and they have lost to Fate Ladies, SM Socrates, and then Berry Ladies, all not scoring more than 2 goals. After beating Police Ladies 5-2, they haven't been able to score more than 2 goals. There's a goal drought for Army Ladies. But for here is a knockout stage, they need to put in all the effort as they went all the way to Sinyani, the Coronation Park, to beat Prisons Ladies in the quarterfinals. But here in Medina is 1-1 against Epiphany.
The first corner kick for Epiphany Warriors as well. I don't know, I'm tempted to say another like movement because the last time I said it, Army Ladies drew parity. Epiphany with a delivery in. It goes wide, goal kick.
Magical moment. But then
Goal kick, Mary Sosu. Don't forget, if it stays like this, penalties would separate these 2 sides. Sonia Opoku, but Latifa Mohammed gets it for Army Ladies. Army, Lily Lawrence. Throw in to Army.
referee has a huge touch. That is
Army
a fun
Ladies.
moment.
A calm composure by the goalkeeper, Martha Kofi Annan.
We're having fun here.
Epiphany. Great save, great clearance by Mary Sosu for Army Ladies. Angelica Sambek to Ellen. Cynthia J with the ball for Epiphany Warriors. Throw in. Vera Bema, the top scorer of Army Ladies, have been introduced into the game by the technical team. Delicate moments like this require very delicate decisions. Harriet Akwoko. Ellen, corner kick. They had the equalizer through a corner kick. They've gotten another one. What will be the outcome of this? Another one swung in. Chance of penalty, but that fingertip save denies Harriet the chance to have doubled the lead of Army Ladies. Fingertip save. Another corner kick. Another corner kick for Army Ladies. The second consecutive one. Corner kick. Corner kick for Army. Goal kick. Execution. It's goal kick. The two consecutive corner kicks that Army Ladies had, they couldn't make it count. Adamal Hassan to Vera Bema. Salma Sai Jabril. Sonny Opoku fails to get that for Epiphany Warriors. Lilinibe Lawrence. Adama Al Hassan to Latifa Mohammed. Latifa to Nancy Opoku, who sets up Ellen. Army ladies advancing forward. Throw in. To Epiphany Warriors. We have a winner to produce in this encounter. Just in some few minutes, the second semi-final game will take place. Epiphany Warriors, Nancy Opoku. Nancy to Vera Bema. Army ladies. Army. Harriet. Wide. She was set up there by Atta Abrefi. But it goes wide. That elastic stretch by Martha Kofi Annan. Sonny Opoku. Sarah Kunible. Army ladies. The job can't be made difficult, not even when the attempts are deliberate. Commotion and misunderstanding at the moment.
Between Epiphany and Army ladies. But they need to sort it out. Just as when Army ladies were on the surge forward, they have another corner kick to the advantage.
A short corner taken, Sonia Opoku. Sonia skips away from Mata Abrefi, but she hits it in excess from her first touch. Goal kick to Army ladies. It's goal kick to Army. We are in the last 10 minutes of the game. Free kick. Free kick to Army ladies. The Women's FA Cup. This is actually the knockout competition for the Women's League. Goal kick. Vera Bema couldn't send that in for Army ladies.
At this particular point, Vera Bema should be getting or placing herself in pockets of spaces to be converting that goal because they have no much time left on their clock. They brought her in for a purpose and she needs to deliver. I must say, for the last 5 minutes, Army ladies have been the better side on the field, getting their passes through, creating chances. Yet they are not clinical. Free kick to the advantage. And Adam Alassa.
Corner kick to Army ladies. And these are very nervy moments for all the teams. If any of them concede a goal, that might possibly be it all. Goal kick. Army couldn't replicate what they did earlier that had them that goal. Epiphany Warriors have proven to be one of the toughest customers in this knockout competition this season. They eliminated 2 Premier League teams already, Sea Lions and Jonina Ladies. And that was 2-1 victory in both games for them. And currently it's 1-1 at the moment. So another goal here would mean a triple of the scoreline that they have done both in the round of 16, the quarterfinals, as well as the semi-final.
But for Army ladies, from round of 64, 32, quarterfinals and semi-finals, they haven't had it easy. They had to go through penalties to live up to expectation or progress to the next stage. Their first match was against GRA. They had to win 3-1 to progress to the round of 32. They won 7-0 against Kesua ladies. And Valued ladies, another Division 1 side, they had to go 0-0 and had to win 7-6 on penalties to be able to progress to the quarterfinals. And against Prisons ladies, not regulation time 90 minutes, but they had to go 120 minutes to be able to progress to the semi-finals. So Army ladies have always found themselves getting through extra times and penalties. Is it going to happen here or at the end of 90 minutes? They will do their do.
Your final words remind me so much of Hazakis. And it will be 4 minutes of additional time.
So amazing to see Ampem Dako and Hazakis behind their TV set watching the semi-finals as they couldn't make the cut.
And just to think that it was the same team that eliminated both Hazakis and Ampem Dakoma ladies. Police ladies
Arrested both.
And they would be in action in some minutes. A very horrible day for Army ladies. Sarah Kulible was the one who initially picked a knock and had to see her forehead bandaged. Another injury for Army ladies, Angelica Sambek at the moment. And both of them are the 2 central defenders of Army ladies. Very, very difficult period. They've been in action week in, week out. For Army ladies, they've always been that central pair in defense for Army ladies. Dead ball situation. Sonia Opoku. Sonia. Epiphany with a chance to double their lead. Mary Sosu, as agile as often. She just had to salvage that situation. Throw in. How about that dazzling footwork from Sonia Opoku to set up Gifty a champon. Epiphany Warriors. But Sarah Klible manages to find Nancy Opoku, Nancy to Harriet. Ladies, a tap referee to Lily Nibel Lawrence. Corner kick. Corner kick to ladies. Corner kick. Ladies. With this chance to make it count, Army. But it's cleared off by Sonia Opoku, formerly of Ampim Dakwa Ladies. The turn of events. She is in the semis. Her team got eliminated in the quarterfinal stage.
In 2021, when Hazakes won, she was then with Ampim Dakwa and was the best player of that season, together with Ramagafa with the best top goal scorer with 9 goals. Sonia Opoku has been all-rounded, now helping Epiphany Warriors.
Epiphany Warriors, Letitia. That was an excess pass to Jennifer. Too much overhead. Another substitution for Army Ladies. Nancy Opoku is paving the way for Erica Ansa. And Erica is one of the key players that Army Ladies had when they had their debut in the top tier of the Women's Premier League. Harriet Akwakwo Ajetei also takes to the bench, and she is replaced by Mariama Foriwa. So Army with an array of substitutes. Free kick. Latifa Mohammed was the player who came up with that challenge. Jennifer, she thought she could have gotten the better side of Ellen, but it wasn't successful. Letitia Ajay comes to her rescue, but Army have gotten Vera Bema at a very good spot. Vera, goal kick. The semi-finals of the Women's FA Cup. If it's just joined, it's a clash involving Army Ladies who are in yellow, playing from right to left in the second half, whereas Epiphany, who are in pink, playing from left to right in the second period. Throw in to Army Ladies. It's injury time at the moment. Army ladies. That was a very pleasing one. Martha, Kofi Annan, Sarah Koulibaly. A tie-up referee of Army. Throw in to the latter. And there the referee blows her whistle to end affairs for the game. It's 1-1, and as such, the two teams couldn't be separated during regulation period. And a different communique from the fourth official indicates that from the match commissioner is that it's going to be extra time, additional 30 minutes. Additional 30 minutes. And that could possibly help us to get a winner, a team that can advance to the grand finale of the Women's FA Cup. But until then, at the moment, it ends after 90 minutes. Army Ladies 1, Epiphany Warriors 1.
So it ended 1-1 to both teams, and they have to take extra time to decide. And if after 30 minutes no goal to separate, then penalties will be taken. The underdogs, Epiphany Warriors, took a commanding lead in the latter part of the first half with an own goal coming from Latifa Mohammed. And then in the second half, the captain of the side, Adam Al Hassan, put her team back into the game. After minutes of playing, they still couldn't separate who goes to the final. Has to take an extra time, and preferably penalties to separate these two. It's the Women's FA Cup doubleheader here at Medina AstroTurf Park. Very good 90 minutes of football between Army Ladies and Epiphany Warriors. We had that kind of an exciting match.
It's like you win.
The best in online games is here. Lucky Win Ghana. If we say Sika Wofia and Nije Wofie this year, dear, it's your chance to chop big. So play any of our games such as Super Spin, Cash Spin, Classic Roulette, Penalty Shootout, Slot 777, Crash Games, and more at www.luckywin.com.gh. With a minimum of 1 Ghana cedis, you stand a chance to win instant cash prizes up to 1 million Ghana cedis on your phone. Plus, you can withdraw your cash prizes at any time of the day. So hurry now, because Mr. Money know the waste time. Lucky Win, play with less, chance to win big. This advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, only for persons 18 years and above. Gaming can be addictive.
Hello lovely people. Yes, it's another season and exciting moment seeing you right here. And you know, when it comes to Max Buy is the synonym for freebies. The name is Daniel the MC, and I'm here for something unique. And probably no one more buy a shop in Nina and ya achedi bebre e wo de omoto de omodeko ne de eba afei na edru omo title ade online www.maxbuy.com.gh. Omo free and phone so and now one use WhatsApp no me say afei de air ten say so wo free o WhatsApping and now go online at www.maxbuy.com.gh. Now tadia you be deliver my free. Osika coin me say helicopter coin o kradia as asase wo ho de Max Buy ebeba ho abe deliver ma opotemo nationwide lungu corners ghettos bebia e wo Ghana hanyina no o order ye de bebro and today then say ye de brand one so e free into say wo order Techno Spark 20 Techno Camon 20 Infinix Note 30 Hot 40 Pro itel A70 itel P55 when you na mabu boy dear o order no delivery fee e free into person will order and run the server call www.maxbuy.com.gh and as a web free and now be WhatsApp and one number is 0544 019552 and that's a 0594 091122. Max Buy online a free delivery. Now so Kai say in share ka
Moment without limits with itel S24. I'm Maxwell and it's tele-shopping time. Max Buy free delivery is still on. Prepare to buy at the end of this video. Let's dive into it. itel S24 boasts of a large screen size which is 6.6 inch with a sleek punch hole design. The main part is say phone screen no S1 say games now person bo sine now person share and now so person sua de wo phone so screen no ye man kasa. With itel S24 we have a bragging right to our camera. Let me tell you this. The back camera is 108 megapixels and the front camera is 8 megapixels. With that, we give you quality pictures. You'll like it. Because of Helio G91 and itel S24, Ubo Gamer, entertainment and streaming just got better. itel S24 comes in 3 storage sizes: 256 plus 8, 128 plus 8, 128 plus 4. Diao pebia, diao bottom tibia, ubenyebi. Equipped with a standard 5000 mAh battery, the itel S24 supports 18 watts fast charging with USB-C ports. itel S24. Ne bonde da form we die obiya betumi abetobi. Brabeje wo die. Max Buy se me ma apobi. Na de omo pa na ne se brabeje wo itel S24. Woni sika sia me han ho kra brabeje. Na wetua 30%. Dia ka no de atete kakra na no an so wetua wie phone no eya dia. Max Buy is located nationwide. You can find us on the various locations on your screen. Now it's time for you to place that call to get yours. Call us on 0544 019 552 or 0594 091 122 or visit www.maxbuy.com.ga to order now. The feeling the phone brings alone is a vibe you must have, and I'm loving this already. itel S24. Get yours.
From my mouse say, and then my Max Buy. My baby me Infinix Smart 8. Me buy now pay later, and I very easy. Nyamuji ani Ghana card, and me 30%. Me 30% new year. Nyamuji me phone na man. And to subra, na baby would na buy now pay later, and very easy.
My name is Benjamin and I've come over to Max Buy, Westhill Small Shop to get myself itel S24 through the buy now and pay later, and all they need is my Ghana card and a 30% deposit to start the process. So So I recommend it for you. Come get yours, buy now, pay later.
Your friend me comfort. Me buy Max buy Techno for office. My bed is pack 20. Me buy now, paying later. Me buy the emoji and me Ghana card. And I be 30% of Spark 20 maybe. Process no very simple and delay. It's also brand na beji be now sabeka. Buy now, pay later. Ne de pa obi am brand on beji.
The Kwanzas have been making noise 3 days non-stop, screaming and laughing all the time. I mean, the campaign this can't go on.
This 3 days. How?
I mean, situations, I mean, to miss for them since you do. She went and knocked on the door. Pam, pam, pam. And when the pony be in the room, all we could hear is sister laughing and shouting. Hey!
Welcome back to the Medina AstroTurf. There's extra time moment here after a pulsating 1-1 between Army Ladies and Epiphany Warriors during regulation period. So we have the next 30 minutes to produce arena. Other than that, the definite penalties would have to take place to separate these two teams as we seek forward to get our finalist before the second semi-final takes place. Throw in Vera Bema nearly, had it not been for that timely intervention by Cynthia Ejay, Vera Bema could have gotten the lead for Army Ladies. Vera Bema, handball against Vera. Goal kick. It's goal kick to Epiphany Warriors, the lower tier side, who have indeed been a thorn in the flesh of the top tier side, Army Ladies. And if you are looking forward to the precedents that we have in such knockout competitions, we almost witnessed an upset in world history when Manchester United hosted Coventry in the FA Cup. A similar scenario here. It had to take penalties to separate them. In the same vein, extra time between Epiphany and then Army Ladies. Advantage for Army Ladies, a team that are hoping to use the FA Cup to climax their very poor season in the Women's Premier League. Corner kick taken. 2 players for lack of communication, Latifa Mohammed and Adam Al-Hassan, both of them unmarked. But because they couldn't communicate efficiently between themselves, they ended up colliding and hindering the chances of each other from getting a goal. Mariama Foriwa to attack a referee. But Jennifer gets the possession for Epiphany Warriors. Jennifer to Elizabeth Efia. Angelica Sambik, free kick. It's free kick to Epiphany Warriors. Mary Sosu of Army Ladies. Free kick. Poorly taken. So uncharacteristic of Salma Sai Jabril, the top scorer of Epiphany Warriors. Adam Al Hassan. Don't forget, this is the extra time after 1-1 between Army Ladies and Epiphany Warriors. Army. Adam Al Hassan by Elizabeth Efia at the right place for Epiphany Warriors. Ellen, a tap referee, back to Ellen. Throw in. The second semi-final game would be between Police Ladies and then Supreme Ladies. Don't forget, Army Ladies are also a security service team. They are the female team of the Ghana Armed Forces. Mariama Foriwa. Mariama is bundled off the ball, but referee says that is a fair challenge. Sonia Opoku. Sarah Koulibaly. Sonia with a follow-up to Jennifer. Jennifer manages to send it in. Free kick. It's free kick to Army Ladies, Sarah Koulibaly.
First 15 minutes of the extra time. Army Ladies are probing to see if they can nick into the finals of the Women's FA Cup. Also, Epiphany are also defending their lines and taking it step after step. They knew it was going to be a tall order for them, but they've been able to manage the game till this time. Their last match against Jonina took extra time for them to be able to qualify into the semi-finals. And against Army Ladies, they are doing equally the same. Sonia Poku behind the free kick.
Sonia Opoku for Epiphany Warriors. Sonia. Mary Sosu gets it for Army. Ellen. Ellen gives the ball away to Epiphany Warriors, who have gotten another advantage. And this is where Army Ladies need to tread cautiously and avoid conceding, because this is an extra time.
The second was she had the ball. She had the ball, not the player. But the referee sees otherwise, saying it's a free kick. Advantage to Epiphany. Advantageous position for them. And their set piece taker, Sonia Poku, rightly behind.
Free kick to Epiphany Warriors. A chance for them to restore their lead, a lead that was cancelled in the early minutes of the second half by Adam Al Hassan's wonderful goal. It's taken just a narrow way that could have helped them to have restored the lead. And that attempt was from Janet of Epiphany Warriors. Goal kick to Army ladies, who have been at the receiving end since the first half of this extra time started. Maria Maforiwa, Ami, Latifa Mohammed, Ata Abrefi couldn't keep that possession that she was fed beautifully with by Latifa Mohammed. Adam Al Hassan manages to send it in. Erica fails to find the back of the net. A dashing run by Adama Al Hassan. And she did so much well to set up Erica. And Erica failed to help Army ladies get that crucial goal. Janet to Cynthia J. Free kick to Army ladies.
Bema should be positioning herself very well for all this kind of accurate passes that is coming into the box. But she's always found wanting. She drops too deep to help the midfield, and when it's time for her to, she's nowhere to be found.
Free kick to Army ladies. The extra time of the Women's FA Cup, which is live on Max TV. It's 1-1 at the moment. Adam Al Hassan takes the free kick. But Epiphany Warriors defend their lines gallantly. And that was a huge reprieve for Epiphany Warriors. Free kick. Ellen of Army ladies. The first 10 minutes of the extra time in this game. Epiphany Warriors. Army ladies, a team in the top tier of the Women's Premier League, precisely the Multi-Category Women's Premier League. They gained promotion into the top tier in the 2021-2022 season. Have you ever heard of the saying that take no chances in such moments? That's what the top referee did. What matters is that the clearance was made, but the approach, the manner, for now, and to her, it's irrelevant. Latifa Mohammed. A casual header there by Adama Al-Hassan.
Was that a pass or a header?
She thought that perhaps a teammate of hers, and that would preferably be Vera Beba, the top scorer of Army Ladies, was around. Epiphany with a player needing attention. The Women's FA Cup. Games that need to produce winners at the end of the game indeed is a knockout competition. One of these teams would have to advance, whereas the other would have to be eliminated. But which of them would end up on the successful side?
Army Ladies were eliminated in last year's semi-finals at the Dr. Che complex by Ampim Dakwan. They are in the semi-finals again and getting all the chances. End of the very first half of the 30 minutes of extra time.
The first period of the extra time ends once again, and these two sides have failed to get the goal, which means they have the next 15 minutes to renegotiate between themselves for better results. Other than that, the decisive moment, which is the penalty kicks, would have to take place. Army Ladies in yellow. They trailed from the own goal scored by Latifa Mohammed, which gave Epiphany Warriors the advantage. And they took the lead in the first half. But Army Ladies came in strongly. They created the chances. They had some frantic moments. And they got the equalizer. Joseph Akim Ayangri of Army Ladies, the coach. He expects a lot from his girls because they can't afford to be eliminated. So that was the own goal that Latifa Mohammed scored. That was that dramatic end of the first half before Adama Al-Hassan, the right back of Army Ladies, drew parity for her side. And that is what both of them have held on to as we approach the second period of the extra time. With knockout competitions, one will have to end up paving the way. It's more or less like a final.
Just a knockout. One has to be knockout. One moves on. Finals, you lift the trophy. And this too will be a privilege to get to the finals. None has made their way to the finals before. It will be their ever first final, either Army Ladies or Epiphany. But it will be another history for Epiphany. All the way from the Division 1. Obia Nyobia, as they call it, the Women's FA Cup.
So for the second period, that means Epiphany Warriors, they are playing from left to right, whereas Army are playing from right to left. Vera Bema. Goal kick to Epiphany Warriors. The strength, the ability of these two goalkeepers have not really been tested by both sides. It was goalkeeper of Epiphany Warriors, Mata Kofi Annan, who initially made a fingertip save before this other crucial save of a strike from Vera Bema, who was already losing her balance, but still managed to come up with that strike. They have only 12 minutes to produce a goal. The next game, Police Ladies up against Supreme Ladies. And that game is equally live on Max TV, so please take and stay for the next game.
Janet is on the turf, making informatics.
A player of Epiphany Warriors. She's still being treated on the pitch. And players of Army Ladies are protesting that she isn't a goalkeeper and as such needs to be treated outside the field for the game to continue. A legal protest that the referee has to succumb to because it is indeed within their rights. So Epiphany have gotten a player off the pitch at the moment, but the game would have to continue. Ellen. It goes behind. Lilini Belores, who hasn't featured much in this game for Army Ladies, couldn't get that ball as well for his side. Throwing to Epiphany Warriors. One of these teams need to undo the defense of the other. Army Ladies. Adama Al-Hassan. Adama ends up giving it away to Epiphany Warriors, who have gotten Letitia Ajay watching on as she took a tumble. She thought that the referee could have awarded that decision in her favor. As their name depicts, they are indeed warriors. Epiphany Warriors, already the first team ever to make it to the Final Four in the Women's FA Cup since it was introduced in 2016. A lower tier side. Epiphany Warriors making it to the semi-finals since it was introduced in 2016, 8 years ago precisely. Offside there against Epiphany Warriors, Letitia Ajay. She has been the arrowhead up front for Epiphany Warriors. Huge day, huge game, huge moments. Goal kick to Epiphany Warriors. They began this competition, this campaign, with a walkover over Anlo ladies who failed to appear on match day in the round of 64. In the round of 32, Epiphany Warriors beat Blessed Ladies by 2-0. And in round of 16, they beat Premier League side Sea Lions by 2-1. In the quarterfinal stage of the competition, Jonina Ladies were their next team to eliminate. And here they are in the semi-finals at the extra period, causing a lot of difficulties for another Premier League team, Army Ladies. Epiphany in the half of Army. Epiphany Warriors. Epiphany with a chance to restore their lead. But Mary Sosu of Army grabs it because that strike lacked sufficient power to trouble Mary Sosu, the goalkeeper of Army Ladies.
Yeah, just trying to manage the game. Seems they would love to go on penalties in as much as.
And this is the crucial moment Army Ladies have been waiting for. Against all odds, Vera Bema, the top scorer of Army Ladies, have put them in the lead. Great player needed in great moments, and she has indeed risen to the occasion to give Army Ladies such a huge goal in the second period of the extra time. A huge relief and reprieve for Army Ladies, whereas it is a very difficult moment on the other hand for Epiphany Warriors. Swinging by Adamal Hassan and Vera Bema, capitalizing on that error of Janet in order to give her side that crucial goal. Vera Bema, and she breaks down in tears. The game hasn't even ended, but she knows the magnitude and of course the significance of this goal. Mata Anan Apia stand for the second time.
Goalkeeper couldn't get her gloves to it. A moment of redemption for Vera Beba. This one has saved them, but they need the remaining time to make sure they save this win till the end. As much as Bema has missed so many chances, she had made amends, and Janet can't be blamed for it. Just a howler defensive error. We're not able to clear their lines, resulted in the goal poacher, Bema, having it on the silver platter. Just a tap-in was all that she needed, and she did it beautifully. Army Ladies will have the energy now to play the remaining minutes of the final 30 minutes. I can see the referee calming the players down.
Football fortunes can indeed change at any time, and that is just the narrative of Army Ladies at the moment. They are so much ecstatic, but they need to maintain their composure. Epiphany, but Mary Sosu gathers for Army Ladies. Graceful moments. And the execution from Vera Bema was indeed of a typical striker. After she realized that goalkeeper Mata Kofi Annan was rooted to her spot, she just had to come up with that great finish. of which she did to help Army Ladies to take the lead for the first time in this game. They trailed from an on-goal scored by Latifa Mohammed. Adam Al-Hassan threw parity for them. And they held on to that 1-1 right up until the second period of the extra time, before the top scorer of Army Ladies, Vera Bema, who has already scored 9 goals in the Women's Premier League for Army Ladies, got another key goal for Army Ladies in this game. Patience Pra, formerly of Tender Queens, has come in to replace her teammate as well, Gifty Champon, who couldn't continue with the game. So Janet, after that injury, couldn't continue. So Patience Pra has been introduced. Ever heard of the saying that scorelines do not really determine or perhaps tell the true narrative or story of football events? Well, this is that situation here at the Medina AstroTurf in the first semi-finals of the Women's FA Cup. Captain of Epiphany Warriors signaling to the referee that all these are time-wasting antics, and as such the referee must be resolute in taking such decisions. Atta Abrefi. Just when Atta was up, another player of Army Ladies has gone to the ground.
That is a tactical strategy they are really mounting up, because if you are leading, you just need to manage the situation at hand. It's either you slow down the tempo of your opponent and making sure they are off to be able to serve it that way through the finals.
What other excitement could they have anticipated from their team? Pensive moments at the moment. Epiphany Warriors, just before their eyes, are seeing their dreams being shattered by that crucial goal of Vera Bema of Army Ladies.
Epiphany are yet to have a goal in this game. All the 3 goals coming from Army Ladies, but yet it was an own goal. Just on the blind side, Latifa gifted them that goal. They needed to capitalize and then score much more goals. But they shouldn't be disappointed in themselves. They really have made history and a great effort. You just can't be third time lucky.
Anywhere will do at the moment for Army Ladies, who are even reluctant to come out of their half. What matters is the goal, and they've gotten it, and they are in the extra time period as well. Epiphany Warriors hoping to get some pockets of spaces and draw parity before referee holds affairs for this extra time in the first semi-finals of the Women's FA Cup. Adama Al-Hassan, free kick to Adama, and who would have some minutes to herself.
Clearly, there was a contact on her, and she can have all the time she needs for the medicals to attend to her, the captain of the side.
Have we ever heard of the phrase, Adiabachinde? Took a note. The time is in their favor, and as such, they will be treated when they didn't fit. It ends here at the Medina Astroturf for the first semi-finals. The top tier Army ladies had to go through the most difficult moments in order to get the better side of the lower tier side, Epiphany Warriors, who ended up on the losing side. It's an afternoon where Army ladies progress, whereas Epiphany Warriors crash. First semi-finals of the Women's FA Cup ends. Army ladies 2, Epiphany Warriors 1. They fought gallantly. Making it to the semi-finals alone was enough achievement as the first team to have made it to the Final Four in the knockout competition since it was introduced in 2016. But as Oliver Twist would always say, they wanted more. And wanting to get more meant that Army ladies who stood in their way needed to be getting rid of. But experience came to bear. The top scorer of Army ladies rose to the occasion. She did what was expected of her the most at the crucial time. Vera Bema in 37 jersey of Army ladies getting the crucial lead for Army, and that is what they held on to till the end of the game. So Army progressed to the finals of the 2023-2024 Women's FA Cup. Epiphany Warriors would have to try the next season.
The best in online games is here. Lucky Win Ghana. If we say Sika Wofia, Nije Wofia, this year, dear, it's your chance to chop big. So play any of our games such as Super Spin, Cash Spin, Classic Roulette, Penalty Shootout, Slot 777, Crash Games, and more at www.luckywin.com.gh. With a minimum of 1 Ghana cedis, you stand a chance to win instant cash prizes up to 1 million Ghana cedis on your phone. Plus, you can withdraw your cash prizes at any time of the day. So hurry now, because Mr. Money know the waste time. Lucky Win, play with less, chance to win big. This advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, only for persons 18 years and above. Gaming can be addictive.
Hello, lovely people. Yes, it's another season and exciting moment seeing you right here. And you know, when it comes to Max Buy is the synonym for freebies. The name is Daniel the MC, and I'm here for something unique. And probably no one more buy a shop in na enya achede bebre e wo de omoto de omode ko ne de eba afei na edru omo title ade wo online www.maxbuy.com.gh. Omo free and phone so and now omo use WhatsApp no me say afei de air ten say so wo free o WhatsApp and now go online at www.maxbuy.com.gh. Now, Tadia, you be deliver my free. Osika coin ni ho, me say helicopter coin ni ho kradia. As asase wo ho de. Max Buy ebeba ho abe deliver ma. Opotemo nationwide, lungu, corners, ghettos, bebia e wo Ghana ha nyina no. O order ye de bebro. And today then say ye de bere won so a e free. Into say wo order Techno Spark 20, Techno Camon 20, Infinix Note 30, Hot 40 Pro, itel A70, itel P55. When you now mabu boy dear, o order no delivery fee. Are you free? Until person will order and run the server call www.maxbuy.com.gh. And that's a web free and I'll be WhatsApp and one number is 0544 019552. And that's a 0594 091122. Max Buy online, a free delivery. Now, so Kai say, in Shisha,
Capture moments without limits with itel S24. I'm Max Bell and it's tele-shopping time. Max Buy free delivery is still on. Prepare to buy at the end of this video. Let's dive into it. itel S24 boasts of a large screen size, which is 6.6 inch with a sleek punch hole design. The main part is say phone screen or S1 say games now person bo, sine now person she, and now so person see the phone so a screen or S1 man kasa. With itel S24, we have a bragging right to our camera. Let me tell you this. The back camera is 108 megapixels and the front camera is 8 megapixels. With that, we give you quality pictures. You'll like it. Because of Helio J91 and itel S24, Ubo Gamer, entertainment and streaming just got better. itel S24 comes in 3 storage sizes: 256 plus 8, 128 plus 8, 128 plus 4. Diaupebia, Diabotom Tibia, Uvenyebi, equipped with a standard 5000 mAh battery. The itel S24 supports 18 watts fast charging with USB-C ports. itel S24. Ne buone da form, we die, obia betumi abetobi. Brabeje wo die. Max Buy se me ma pobi. Na de omo pa tren na se brabeje wo itel S24. Uni sika sia me han ho kra brabeje. Na wetua 30%. Dia ka no no de atetew kakra na no anzo wetua wie for no eya dia. Max Buy is located nationwide. You can find us on the various locations on your screen. Now it's time for you to place that call to get yours. Call us on 0544 019 552 or 0594 091 122 or visit www.maxbuy.com.ga to order now. The feeling the phone brings alone is a vibe you must have, and I'm loving this already. itel S24. Get yours.
It's all over here at the Medina Joseph. An exciting moment and a proud moment for Army ladies for the first time getting into the finals of the Women's FA Cup. But for Epiphany, they have really done well. And then we'll just have to say better luck next time for them. They've made history up to this point. I have the coach of Epiphany, Tamimu, with me. Tamimu Adams. It's all over, Joy. This is where the road ends for Epiphany Warriors. But what inspiration do you take from this very match?
For this match, we are looking for the qualified to Premier Division now.
Yes.
We are looking to qualify Premier Division now. That's what we are.
How do you assess your performance of your girls today?
My girls, they are playing. We mean this match, but you know that in football they lose or win or draw. So we mean this match. Like we wanted to beat and go to set big record in Ghana.
How far you have come to? How do you take advantage from you and your players? Because it's the first time and you have made history for coming all this far. What advantage do you take or what encouragement do you take from here?
But the girls, they like training. Come out for training. When you talk to them, say come. They'll come early. When I thought they said sleep this time, they will sleep. So that's why we make up to this time.
Congratulations and better
Thank you.
Next time we'll see, maybe for the regionals, we will see whether you can come to the Women's Premier League next season.
Okay, thank you very much.
This is Tamimu. He's so excited about his girls. They have made it this far. It's unfortunate they couldn't make it to the final, but it's a bonus for them. I have here the winning coach. Army ladies have really fought till this time. First time Army ladies getting to the FA Cup finals. What does it mean to you as a coach?
Oh, it means a lot because since we joined the Premiership, we haven't even we normally get to the semi-finals, then we are kicked out. But this time around, we thank God that we've qualified for the finals.
The performance of your girls today?
Yes, today performance, to me, it was a good game. They played a good game because they listened to instructions and they did what we wanted them to do.
How did you take it when the first own goal came in favor of Epiphany?
Yes, it was a mistake, but I knew we will equalize and then win. I have the belief that we will win the match. And that's exactly what happened.
Congratulations. You'll be meeting any of this side, either Police or Supreme in the finals. We'll be hoping to see you in the finals.
Once we've qualified, we are going to train, map out strategy to wait for the winner of this game so that we know what to do with them.
Congratulations, coach.
Thank you.
So Hakim is all happy about it, that making it into the FA Cup finals, and it's all joy for them. I have the woman of the match who insists his coach stands by her. There Nancy Opoku and I'm Nene Kasa. Nancy, bear me kakre. For Mike no kawana. Naka camera new mommy. And Adiana, a shame crying, Army ladies. What form my name cost you in and then what's made now?
I'm saying, yes, that's it. FA Cup. This is the third time I do semi-finals. See, this time, dear, you have to say, at all cost, I will say, you take it trophy, no, at the cook.
Messemble said, be a monaye player. First time, Mushe own goal and my Epiphany, not saying that it's a mamma call into the dressing room.
Easy because goal 14 in every year. But younger sire encourage you and say we can do it because you are bida. Now it's me coming back.
So we hey, me saw a woman of the match, Wabobo. But with team Nina, a Diana, a Timama, more into the first time I'm more into the finals of the Women's FA Cup.
I'm the match we are going to dedicate to the captain because the last match na boy on your red card. So we are promising to say this time we will qualify man to the finals, and we did that.
In Tiampa final no Obebobi. Patience Ajete will be back for the finals. So Patience Ajete, they dedicated this win to her, and she will be back for the finals of the FA Cup. It's all joy here at the Medina Astrate for Army ladies and their fans. They have made it to the finals. Last season, they made it to the semi-finals and were knocked out by Ampem Dakwan, the defending champion. But this time around, they have made it all the way to the finals, and then we will be seeing them. I have here Police ladies. They were a semi-final, they were finalists of the Women's FA Cup last season. Coach, a much anticipated match between you and Supreme ladies. What is your formation going into this one? Because last year you were at the finals, and this time from semi-finals you need to. What is going through your mind?
Well, it's quite complicated, especially playing against a team you have never played before, a team that is completely coming out of the darkness. You know very little, apart from the videos that I've watched about them. I've never even seen them play live. But what I've deduced that they are a very young squad, full of energy and talent. So it's a very tricky game, but we're prepared for it.
What is the energy level of you and your girls today?
Well, we have been coming up. We started very well in the season, and then we went down, and then we picked up again, and then we have been particularly playing quite well in the FA Cup. And I think even though it's going to be tough, I think we are prepared for it.
Okay. So the final question before you take your leave. Police ladies, where are we seeing you? Because you have done all. It hasn't been that good even
for the last 5 matches of the Women's Premier League, I think you are only the team who is still unbeaten in the last 5 matches. And looking at it coming into this game, a new different terrain that you are meeting someone from the Northern Zone. But you have already knocked out the 2 defending champions, Azakes and Ampemdakwa. Is it easy for you this time around?
No, this is the most difficult match. You know, for a coach, it's a plus when you have knowledge about your opponent. You have immense knowledge. I've played Azakes ladies about 4 or 5 times. I've played Ampemdakwa about 4 or 5 times throughout that match. I knew exactly what I would do. I have been planning that for years. I just needed the material to execute it. And I had some quality, little quality. And I knew I had a chance going to those matches. But this particular match, play against kids, you know, with triple hats, you know, it's going to be quite difficult. You know, have an aging squad. But it's just experience versus talent and energy.
Are you missing any of your key players?
Yeah. Grace Enima, our best player by far, is not going to play today. But then we have been able to play matches without her, and we've got results. So when you're building a team, you don't build a team just around one player. You build a strong team, a team that can compete, regardless of who is missing. So this is what we are working at, and I'm very happy. I didn't believe even this season we could get this far. I was thinking of next season, next 2 seasons, but you know, what I'm seeing is positive. The small girls we brought up, Jamila, Salah, you know, Gladys, you know, they are doing well. And then they are giving some needed energy into the team. And that is a plus for the whole Tanker team and the police administration, you know, coming back from that and then raising up a viable team that can compete at that level. You understand? So I think, though it's complex, complicated, but, you know, we will manage it.
Best of luck in your match.
Thank you.
So as the police coach you've been speaking to, Tabasus, we've been speaking, you know, they are missing a key player, Grace Enima, but all said and done, they have equal like players to step in for the job. And since they have been in the final of the last year FA Cup, lost to Ampemdakwa, they are here for another headway. I have here the coach of Supreme Ladies. It's a final match or semi-final match that could take you into the finals. Supreme Ladies, how prepared are you into this game facing Police Ladies?
Thank you very much for asking me this question. Supreme Ladies are underdog, and you are in the game at underdog. But we are going to play against Police team who has already been there. They have won the, what do you call the FA Cup before. But this is the second time for our semi-finals. And hopefully, if our game plan works today, maybe you advance to the next, the final competition of the game.
You said something that you the underdogs.
Exactly.
Epiphany came in as an underdog, exactly. They lost. So I don't want you to repeat the word that you are underdogs. Maybe, just maybe. But just by the way, I'm just asking, how, what is the players? Do you have any injuries in camp all the way from Kumasi to here?
Actually, I have an injured players, about 3 players. And even a lot of issues, but I'm not going to put in a lot of issues. It's a game. Whoever wears Supreme Ladies jersey, she's prepared to play for Supreme Ladies today. We are not going to, because I said underdog, we are not buying players. There are some teams buying players. We only developments, people will come and take them. That's why I said underdog. But if I compare ourselves to what they call Epiphany, I hope it's different. But they have been buying players, we don't buy players. We will be taking them from school and we are just preparing them to play matches for us.
All right. Thank you very much and all the best in your match.
Thank you.
We'll be going for a quick commercial break and then we'll be back here for the next match between Police and Supreme Ladies.
Embrace the elegance with Techno Camon 30. Add a unique charm to your world in your palm with Techno Camon 30. Camon 30 way dear and kinds your cry. A first nanke because we new will it. Max Buy serves you with the latest on the market. My name is Maxwell Coleman. Let's go shopping. TV remote ayera. And now Kolani the diagram who baby over the ato. Odo, me han ho cry. So what Camon 30 or house switcher. Camon 30 or infrared. Infrared remember boa betumi control TV and AC. And phone so. The phone screen is 6.78. Big enough, wide enough for your viewing. Now this strong as someone wanna say, share fingerprint in our display, fingerprint no screen or so. In the end, there will be open up so yeah, they're not so sliding no tank, now say view phone, now we use so easy. A banner Techno Camon series, dear. Picture quality.